New signs warning about heightened lead levels in water are up this week, and the City of Port Alberni is advising owners of homes built before 1975 to get their water tested.
Lead in the water is historically been associated with older buildings, and the material used pre 1975 for the piping, the soldering, and so forth.
The City of Port Alberni has issued the warning after it tested water at its own facilities and found lead levels above Canadian guidelines in 14 of 34 water samples. After flushing the water for 3 minutes, the number of taps with high lead levels dropped to 5. Those taps have been turned off.
But this is not necessarily specific to Port Alberni. All older buildings would potentially have similar challenges, especially if none of the piping has ever been replaced.
Though Pierre Berube says some regions may be dealing with another risk factor.
And it's not just the building itself, it's also the water. Some waters have a higher tendency to leach metals out of pipes more so than others.
If you want to do a water test at home, MB Labs in Sydney says all you need is to fill a sandwich bag and you can drop it off at their lab. The cost of a single water test, $35 plus GST. The head of the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board believes this is an emerging issue for his industry.
There's always water testing when it comes to certain properties, like rural properties and acreages primarily. Haven't heard recently that urban properties have had water testing as a requirement in the home sale. I suspect that might become more common now, and it's probably a good idea if your home is somewhere up to 1975. It may have lead piping in, and it's good to have that tested.
For now, at least, at Port Alberni facilities where the water has tested high for lead, the advice is to let it run for at least 3 minutes before taking a drink.